So I want to read you something from from Niccolo Machiavelli's The Discourses. This is an indictment of tyranny. So let he who has become a prince in a republic consider, after Rome became an empire, how much more praise is due to those emperors who acted like good princes in accordance with the laws than to those who acted otherwise. It will be found that Titus, Nerva, Trajan, Hadrian, Antoninus, and Marcus had no need of soldiers to form a praetorian guard, nor of a multitude of legions to protect them. For their defense lay in their habits, the goodwill of the people, and the affection of the Senate. It will be seen too in the case of Caligula, Nero, Vitalis, and other bad emperors, how it availed them little to have armies from the east and from the west to save them from the enemies they had made by their bad habits and evil life. So it didn't matter how big of an army they had from east to west to save them from the enemies they had made by their habits and their evil life. Caligula and Nero. If the history of these emperors be pondered well, it should serve as a striking lesson to any prince, and should teach him to distinguish between the ways of renown and of infamy. A striking lesson to any prince. And should teach him to distinguish between the ways of renown and of infamy, the ways of security and of fear. For of the 26 emperors from Caesar to Maximinus, 16 were assassinated, and only 10 died a natural death. And if some of those who were killed were good men, as Galba and Pertinax were, their death was due to the corruption which their predecessors had introduced among the troops. Their death was due, and if some of those who were killed, so out of 26 emperors from Caesar to Maximinus, 16 were assassinated and only 10 died a natural death. And if some of those who were killed were good men, as Galba and Pertinax were, their death was due to the corruption which their predecessors had introduced among the troops. So there was corruption within the ranks. While if among those who died ordinary deaths, there was a wicked man like Severus, it must be put down to his great good luck and to his virtue, two things of which few men enjoy both. It will be seen too from a perusal of their history on what principle a good kingdom should rest. For all the emperors who acquired imperial power by inheritance, so those who inherited power, were bad men. With the exception of Titus, those who acquired it through adoption were all good men, like the 5 counting from Nerva to Marcus. I'm talking about Marcus Aurelius. And when it fell to their heirs, a period of decadence again ensued. So those who didn't deserve it but were handed power, not by virtue or by hard work, right? By actually earning it. Earning the respect of their populace and their peers. Let a prince put before himself the period from Nerva to Marcus, and let him compare it with the preceding period and with that which came after, and then let him decide in which he would rather have been born, and during which he would have chosen to be emperor. What he will find when good princes were ruling is a prince securely reigning among subjects no less secure. A world replete with peace and justice. He will see the Senate's authority respected, the magistrates honored, rich citizens enjoying their wealth, nobility and virtue held in the highest esteem, and everything working smoothly and going well. He will notice, on the other hand, the absence of any rancor, any licentiousness, corruption, or ambition, and that in this golden age, everyone is free to hold and to defend his own opinion. He will behold, in short, the world triumphant, its prince glorious and respected by all the people fond of him and secure under his rule. If he then looks attentively at the times of other emperors, he will find them distraught with wars, torn by seditions, brutal alike in peace and war, princes frequently killed by assassins. Civil wars and foreign wars constantly occurring Italy in travail and ever a prey to fresh misfortunes, its cities demolished and pillaged. He will see Rome burnt, its capital demolished by its own citizens, ancient temples lying desolate, religious rites grown corrupt, adultery rampant throughout the city. We're almost done with this part, so maybe I should just finish reading it. He will find the sea covered with exiles and the rocks stained with blood. That's interesting. So mass immigration. He will find the sea covered with exiles and the rocks stained with blood. In Rome, he will see countless atrocities perpetrated, rank, riches, the honors men have won, and above all, virtue looked upon as a capital crime. In Rome, he will see countless atrocities perpetrated, rank, riches, the honors men have won, and above all, virtue looked upon as a capital crime. He will find calumniators rewarded, like those who spread gossip about people. Calumniators, like those who spread like lies through the media, through the public to assassinate a character. He will find calumniators rewarded, servants suborned to turn against their masters, freedmen to turn against their patrons, and those who lack enemies attacked by their friends. He will thus happily learn how much Rome, Italy, and the world owed to Caesar. There can be no question but that every human being will be afraid to imitate the bad times and will be imbued with an ardent desire to emulate the good. And should a good prince seek worldly renown, he should most certainly covet possession of a city that has become corrupt, not with Caesar to complete its spoliation, but with Romulus to reform it. Nor in very truth can the heavens afford men a better opportunity of acquiring renown, nor can men desire anything better than this. And if in order to reform a city one were obliged to give up the principate, someone who did not reform it in order not to fall from that rank would have some excuse. There is, however, no excuse if one can both keep the principate and reform the city. In conclusion, then let those to whom the heavens grant such opportunities reflect that two courses are open to them. Either so to behave that in life they rest secure and in death become renowned, or so to behave that in life they are in continual straits and in death leave behind an imperishable record of their infamy. So according to Niccolo Machiavelli, Caesar was a tyrant. But I don't know. So there's a lot of powerful stuff here. A lot of powerful things. And so the assassination of good men in any republic or state is not a good sign. So he will find the sea covered with exiles and the rocks stained with blood. Rank, riches, and honors men have won, and above all, virtue looked upon as capital crime. If he then looks attentively at the times of other emperors, he will find them distraught with wars, torn by seditions, brutal alike in peace and in war, princes frequently killed by assassins, civil wars and foreign wars constantly occurring. Italy in travail and ever a prey to fresh misfortunes, its cities demolished and pillaged. Ancient temples lying desolate, religious rites grown corrupt, adultery run rampant throughout the city. So just, I don't know, the idea of how we just overlooking the actual insanity that a public assassination can occur on our most accessible and powerful platform of media today, which is in your pocket, on your phone, and it's through live streaming, it's through, yeah, that's just overlooked, and that shows a sign of decadence within a society.